Hi there, this is Tim. First things first, I'm going to show you the brand new E3 trailer. Here it is. So there we go, wasn't that awesome? I think they did a spectacular job on that, and I think we also got a few sneak peeks at what's going to be in the next build. Anyway, to tonight's action. Starting off with 4 deaths, 214 kills, and 11 human kills. I didn't have an awful lot of time to play tonight, so I was just intending to spend kind of 15-20 minutes there, heading to the Federal Distress Signal, and I got interdicted on the way. And as soon as it happened, I decided that I wasn't going to take it. I had already just deployed my lasers before I'd stopped spinning. Selected my target there, and I was just waiting for his legal status to change from being unknown. Unfortunately it didn't, so I figured that that I might have to wait for them to attack me. It did just actually change to wanted there, but I didn't notice that, so I actually had to, or I thought I had to let them hit me first before I could fire on him. So, bit of a mistake on my part there, but as soon as they fired on me, I started firing on them. And this is 2 Cobra Mark IIIs that I'm taking on in a Sidewinder, and it's fitted with 2 gimbaled pulse lasers, class 1 pulse lasers, and as you can see, they keep ramming me. That's twice now, and it's actually a pretty damn effective method for them to attack. But I actually feel quite good here because I'm in a Sidewinder, like I said, and you know, these are 2 Cobra Mark IIIs, and it's about to be 1. My shields are back online, and now there's just 1 left. He's out of range, he's just come back into range, but I didn't want to go head to head with him, and he sent a missile at me too. So I used a bit of boost to try to get behind him, and used the Sidewinder's fantastic manoeuvrability to try to get some shots in before he could. And then once I got close enough and he started to try to manoeuvre, the Sidewinder just completely is able to run rings around him, really. And he's just not able to get hold of me. Every single time he gets in a position where he might be able to do anything, he has my lasers firing in his face. So there we go. That's 2 criminals that perhaps have learnt their lesson, but probably not, eh? So now I head on to the Federal Distress Signal, which is where I had intended to go. What you normally find here is one large spaceship, and then there's a lot of smaller fighters that are all defending or attacking it. Now here I noticed that there was a human player straight away. I saw obviously that he's in deep combat, selected the Federation like I normally do, and he's on the opposite side. So moved up towards him here, and he's obviously noticed that I've selected the opposite side, and he is able to fire on me first, but he's obviously not as comfortable with the ship's manoeuvring capabilities as I am, and he seems to assume that once you've flown past someone and they're facing the opposite direction, they're not going to be able to sort of laterally thrust like I did to get you back in their sights. So that's a human kill. After tackling those 2 pirates in the Cobras, my hull is actually down to 94%, but it doesn't seem to be causing any issues with the pulse lasers, like you will have seen in my previous video, where the pulse laser kept kind of doing its own thing. I think I was a bit late firing at that guy. He had already been dispatched by one of the friendly NPCs before I'd even fired on him. There was a little bit of lag here tonight, and I think it could in large part be because of E3. I think the E3 trailer looked brilliant, and there's probably a lot more people online than Frontier have ever coped with before. You'll notice at certain points through this video that there's a few strange kind of movements, and also if you look at the top of the screen there, you can actually see that there's been 2 of the motherships have spawned kind of on top of each other, which I have seen before, and it's always been when there's a bad connection. So we might actually have 2 instances in the same location right now. I'm not really sure how it would work, but in any case, my frame rate was okay, the lag was bearable, so I just kept plugging away here. Now here I'm just looking for another enemy target. Whenever I try to explain this on every video, basically the green blips that you see on the scanner at the bottom of the screen are friendly, red are enemy, and yellow are kind of undetermined. So usually you just have to get closer to them to find out whether they are friend or foe. The only other thing on the scanner which is of interest is that if it's a solid shape, like a solid triangle, then it's an NPC, and if it's a hollow shape or triangle, it's a human player. So if you see a red hollow triangle, that's a human enemy, and you are free to kill them with no legal repercussions or anything of that sort. I think possibly due to the lag, I was having a hard time actually finding enemy targets. I got real close to this guy before I could even see that he was either human or an enemy target, and he's in an eagle. He doesn't have much of a chance here because of the maneuverability of the Sidewinder. You know, he actually took a lot more damage in that first attack than I think the lag made it look, and it was a fairly easy kill on an eagle with a Sidewinder with class 1 weapons. So again, you know, I'm quite pleased with the Sidewinder, considering it's, you know, a free ship.
Target destroyed.
Looking for another target now. As I've said in a previous video, with class 1 weapons, you don't really want to be in a head-to-head situation, you know, while kind of jousting, you know, where you're taking fire from another ship while you're firing on them, because with class 1 weapons, they probably have better than class 1 weapons, so you have to be careful. You can't really go head to head like that, and if you do, you have to try to maneuver so that you're very hard to hit. And I don't know if you noticed, just before I started trying to position myself here, there was a hollow red blip on the scanner, and I assumed that he would have noticed me, but it doesn't seem like he did. I was kind of waiting for him to come and attack me so that I could ambush him, and that's why I'm sat here. And at this point, I'm not sure which blip on the scanner is him. So I kind of have to guess, you know, based on where I last saw him, and guess that he's possibly that kind of sparkling blip which is firing in front of me, and I was wrong. So maybe he's this other yellow blip. Start flying towards that one. And so there he is, just spotted him, and he's kind of coming in my direction, which makes me a little bit nervous, especially because he just dropped off my scanner, so I now have to track his sparkling dot through space. A little bit of power to the engines now, because getting a bit bored about how long it's taking to actually get to him. Okay, there we go. Power back to the shields and weapons. Trying to position myself so that I'm not directly in front of him again, because as you may know, the Eagle has 3 hard points that versus my 2, and again, using the lateral thrusters pretty effectively, the Sidewinder is way more manoeuvrable than the Eagle will ever be, and as long as I stay out of the way of his guns, there's really nothing he can do. And this is where I thought about heading back to the station. You know, it was the time that I had told myself I would stop playing, but this guy was nearly dead, so I thought, hey, I'll just take him down on my way home.
Target destroyed.
And just kind of figured I would go and see what this yellow signal was, and it's an Eagle. So I mean, I know that I can take Eagles out, but I actually thought I was out of his weapons range there, and I wasn't, which I'm kicking myself for. I think that I could have manoeuvred out of the way of his guns. Right now we're very evenly matched, and I think if I had fired on him first, he wouldn't have had a chance. But I'm having difficulty getting out of the way of his guns right now. And there we go. That's all it took. So there you go. I ended up getting killed by an Eagle, but I still feel so good about my Sidewinder. I took the rebuy option for the old loadout. I'm not sure I made any money at all today. 86,000 credits, 228 total kills now. Which is a nice healthy number, but that's where I called it a night. And quick look at the stats. Bounties claimed, I actually have 2 now because of those 2 pirate kills, and I've killed, or I've had 15 human kills now, which I'm quite pleased with. I'm not really somebody that was that interested in PvP, but it's really not that bad. It's definitely not what I backed the game for. I was thinking single player, but I'm kind of having fun with it, so we will have to see where my career takes me, whether I'm a bounty hunter of NPCs or a bounty hunter of people. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the E3 trailer. I certainly did, and I'm looking forward to anything that Frontier posts over the next couple of days. If it's anything interesting, I'll make sure to mention it. Thanks, bye.